There's a few different ways to modify several Active Directory objects at the same time with ADHQ. Maybe you already have a list of objects you want to modify using an import tool, but let's assume for this video that we don't have a list of objects yet. The simplest scenario is that we want to modify multiple objects from the same OU. If that's the case, we can do it right from the home view. For example, let's say we want to modify a few users from our Human Resources OU. We can select the first user, then hold the Shift key and select another to grab a continuous range of users. Alternatively, we can hold down the Control key and select multiple users to add them to a disconnected set. Once we've got the objects we want selected, we can use the tool buttons here in the ribbon, or simply right-click on the users to launch a tool against them. For example, if we launch the Modify tool, we can see here that the Modify User tool is being run against John Morris and 3 others. So that's the easy example. But what if the objects we want to modify aren't in the same OU? What if I want to modify the HR staff and the IT staff at the same time? How do I do that? For situations like that one, we want to create a collection. So let's navigate over to the Collections view and see how that works. A collection in ADHQ defines a list of objects in your directory and allows you to run tools against that list with these buttons in the ribbon here. ADHQ comes with a bunch of default collections, but for this example we'll create a new one. Make sure the Users category is selected, then click the New Collection button. We'll give our new collection a name, HR and IT staff, and click OK to add the collection. Then we'll use the Select button and navigate to our 2 OUs we want to add objects from, in this case, Human Resources staff and IT staff, and click OK to add those 2 locations to our collection. Then we'll save the collection and click Preview to confirm which objects are part of it. Now, I'm noticing in our preview we've included some objects from a child OU called Inactive HR Staff. I didn't mean to include these objects, so let's make some changes to the collection to make sure they're not included. We'll use the Select button again, and navigate to that Inactive HR Staff OU. Then, we'll select the folder, and use the Level drop-down to select Exclude this subtree, which will make sure that any users inside the Inactive HR Staff OU are excluded from the collection. Now we can save our changes again, and confirm in the preview that there are no users from the Inactive HR Staff OU. You may have noticed that the lower part of the Collections view has a box called Filter Conditions. ADHQ can consider properties of the objects to determine whether they should be included as part of the collection or not. So let's take a look at how that works by narrowing our collection to only include the users in Maryland. We'll click the first button here to add a condition to our filter. And from the Common Property drop-down, we'll choose State. Under the Match Criteria box, we'll select Matches the criteria below, and choose Contains the phrase MD. Then click OK to save the condition, and save our new collection. When we preview this time, we see a much smaller list of users, only the users that have MD in their state attribute. Now that we've got the exact users we want, we can close the preview and use these buttons in the Tools section of the ribbon to make any changes we need to all the users in the HR staff and the IT staff OUs at the same time. The best part of setting up a collection like this is that the members of the collection are dynamically calculated when the collection is used. So, if we hire another staff member in Maryland, or if one of the existing staff members is transferred there, they'll automatically show up in the collection the next time you use it. So that's all there is to it. If you have your user accounts all in one place, you can select them right from the home view and make your changes there. And if not, set up a collection, and then you'll always have the same set of users for whatever changes you need to make in the future. If you're ready to take control of Active Directory, grab a trial of ADHQ from our website at javelinasoftware.com/ADHQ.